Alright, and we're back. Gonna be doing the final part of Chapter 1, which is probably the level that most people lose their mind playing as a kid, because it's absolutely brutal. This requires you to have all the controls down. That's kind of why I like it, but it also has a really tough boss fight that can kill you in seconds at the end. And it's very frustrating.
Mako's heading for a ship. A cargo conveyor on the other side leads right to the docking bay.
She said docking. Alright, so first things first, jump off. And then jump down. And this is Gabbo the Wicked. I want to point this bounty out. Subject is a repeat offender warranted for indecent exposure and highly illegal hologram distribution. So he's basically a child sex predator. I like that. And he's Gabbo the Wicked. He has such a name. And the, I think the manual, not the manual, but the Prima guide refers to him as his next victim. And I'm like, oh my god. But, yeah. So that's also how we get the secret for this level here. Now, this level is really tough, and it has a few bounties that can fuck up, so I will use a save state just to safely prepare for it. I won't use save states for boss fights and shit, but just... there's some bounties in the game that can walk off of edges, and in this level in particular, they can walk off of conveyor belts and into, like, other ones, and then they just die. The AI is not great, if you couldn't tell. But for 2002, it gets the job done. I hate how she says that. So our next bounty is actually going to be this Ugnaught down here. And he's wanted alive. I'll tell you guys when they're wanted dead. There's only a handful of bounties in the game that are actually wanted dead. And most of them are on Uvu 4. Which actually is quite fitting because they're already in prison and the only people that would want them dead would be... I'm telling you, if you're ever just like, yeah, I don't like the expanded universe, Star Wars shit. But I think personally, EU is better than the actual Star Wars movies, and that's just depressing. But hey, buddy, how'd you get on there? Yeah, fall a whole 2 fucking feet. You're really dramatic. You died like a bitch. Anyways, this is what I like about EU. Just kind of nitty-gritty fucking nasty shit. You would never get something like Gabbo the Wicked in modern Star Wars. There's no such thing as that. I remember someone was bitching up like there would be no SA in Star Wars. It's like, get fucked, dude. Star Wars is nitty-gritty. So, this is a mess, but pay attention, because I'm only going to do this once. Alright, so there's 2 bounties in here, an Ugnaught and a big booby lady that I would stare at for hours as a kid and probably experience my first sexual interest in breasts. So she's going to be not over here. They can get killed in the crossfire, but it's pretty hard. So Trandashans, by the way, are going to run at you. You're going to know every species in Star Wars by the end of this game because you need to know what they look like. Alright, there she is. There's Big Booby Lady. Okay. So this is the first one, and then the next one's an Ugnaught, who should be over here. And you're probably like, why aren't you shooting? Because I don't want to accidentally get the fucking Ugnaught killed. And I'm not even going to beat around the bush, dude. I'm going to die in a handful of levels. There's so many fucking instances and shit in this game that are just like... especially towards the end. Alright, I'm going to start blasting. So anyways, I started blasting. And, you know, it's like... especially towards the later ends of the game, there is some seriously nasty shit. And you can tell it wasn't programmed very well, or it wasn't playtested. I think there was only like 4 playtesters for this whole game, which is actually quite impressive. And I see the bounty, he's to my right. Alright, there you are. Perfect. Albie Airmand, or Airmad, that's a name. There's quite a few Glup Shido names, which, by the way, if you go onto, like, Google and you type in their name, I guarantee you they're gonna come up on this game specifically on the Star Wars wiki. Oh, wow, I actually hit that from there. Fucking rad. Alright, so this part is definitely where you're gonna experience the frustration of Bounty Hunter, for sure. So, kill this Rhodian. Alright, I'm gonna just drop a save state here. Not because I'm gonna die and it's really hard, but because this thing right here, it'll actually kill me. So let's not pretend we did. Let's not attract attention. Let's get our whip cable ready. Actually, yeah, we'll just do it here. There we go. Snare. Bogey boga. And then this guy right here. I'm going to do that again. Sobolita. You can see immediately why this is a huge problem, is he can immediately run right off the edge. So... Shit! I don't want him on that. If he disappears, he's gone. There we go. Alright, perfect. Bounties are taken care of for this area. Not the level. There's still quite a few more. But yeah. Okay, let's try and shimmy our way up here. Oh, see ya. I just love how that guy just yeeted away. He didn't feel like it. He was too busy talking about Boga Boga. Bogey Boga. Humphrey Bogart. So there's a broken doodad over here, and that's your cue to use this conveyor belt. So, alright, once again, dropping a save state, not because I'm a big fat baby man, but because the NPCs can immediately run off of the edge on this portion, and it's really annoying. We're looking for 2 Aqualishes, which if you're like, what's an Aqualish? It's what your mom does. No, it's the guy that gets his hand chopped off, Ponda Boba, in, what's it called, A New Hope, that guy. He's a part of the species, and you're like, but they don't look the same. They're like different species of the same thing. And they're prejudiced against each other because they look different, and they have, like, flipper hands, and it's a retcon for the... You get the idea. Grillo Zaman. What a name. What a shitto. What a glup shitto. My favorite glup shitto is always going to be Gabbo the Wicked, because that's just the best name ever. Because he's a pedophile. Anyways, so we can also mark our next bounty from here. You gotta do this a little carefully, though. Stand right about here. And we're just going to do that little FPS trick I showed you. We're going to inch our... Ignore the giant speeder that's... Ah, shit. I did it too early. That's fine. So our next bounties are in this boss fight arena. I didn't stutter. Alright. Grab Beto Carpa. What a name. And yeah, there's missiles getting shot at us, by the way. There's no fucking around. This game goes from 0 to 100 real quick. And our next bounty's up here. I found him. Repeat. I found him. Alright, don't make me Gusha your mom. Alright, and then we just fucking blast him. Fucking start blasting. And yeah, you can see I gently graded myself down. If I didn't, you know, do that, I'd be dead. Like, there's a certain limit of which you can drop, and then you'll just start taking damage, but I've... Excuse me? Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna die. This will kill you instantly, by the way. This is enough firepower to absolutely shred you to hell. It's unbelievable. And we gotta shoot every section of the ship. There's the missile launcher on the belly, and then this should be it. Yeah, and then these guys just drop dead.
Kill me.
I hate to admit it, but you're worth more alive.
I'll get you for this fat payback. You hear me? Oh, thank you, Django. You're the best. I'll call it in for you. Miko will get another life sentence on Uvo 4 thanks to you.
Remember that, by the way, for later. Alright. So we're done docking with Miko. And that covers up Chapter 1. Probably a pretty easy introduction, but this is the tutorial for the game. Everything else after this just throws us right in the deep end. So, yeah. Hope you guys liked that one. If you're interested, keep watching. If not, I don't know what to tell you to do. Do whatever makes you happy, man. I'm gonna go downstairs, get me some coffee, and we're gonna mellow it out. I'll see you in the next one. I don't know why I'm getting more awkward. I can't talk right now. I'm making piss. Seth, just end the video.